All right. Let's adjust just a bit here. This is a pretty correct lobby. We are in the Gladius actually right now, which is, you know, not a ship we fly a whole heck of a lot in 4.8. Interesting. Let's engage this Stinger here. Being hit by the spray from the other one here. Alright, we're applying damage. All right. A lot of heavies in this lobby. Oh, he's shooting. This is a losing fight. Oh, we hit the station. We should expect him to come back. It looked like you just dove into a fight, and so I felt good to just dive on him. Oh, he doesn't have me locked right now, or my bind isn't working. He's mad. I'll take a free burst like that. Was a good mag. That's unfortunate. We were actually beating him, but obviously we're very rusty. Very, very rusty. I really wish the Gladius was in a better place. I've been thinking about the message from the other stream where we were doing the 0 to hero and we got just bogged down in PvP, which was normally something I would really like to do, but in that case it was frustrating, so I totally, you know, get that. Oh my god, this is a shit map. All right, but giving it all size 4s would be pretty bad, and they would probably need another, you know, rework when it comes to velocities and stuff. Man, dude, my FPS is really bad right now. That seems to help. Okay. Let's see. PT's here. Phantom. I think I've seen this guy around before. We're super rusty, so. Decent spread there. Yep, there it is. We got him red, but it's such a hard punch up in the Gladi. Because the whole advantage of the Gladius is that it's tankier on shields, not on health. They're pretty close in health values, and the DPS is actually similar between 3 size 3s and 2 size 3s and 2 size 1s. So we're also very rusty. I just wanted to get back in my favorite ship. The wolf's kind of in a rough spot in heavy ammo, and that's the ballista, that's the laser wolf. Oh my god. I want to fly the Gladius again. I know it's terrible, and I'm probably gonna rage to flying it, but a full laser Gladi. Interesting. Oh, let's pull out of that. That was a weird pull because of the gravity, the ammo. Yeah, oh no, it's whenever I'm letting go of boost, that's what it is, when it's pulling that way. I know it's a thing, it's just... the ships do just feel so weird and full of heavy ammo. You did good. Yeah, for him having to get my shield down, that was stupid close, and that's really just weapon diff. He's definitely better than me right now. We're so rusty. Good to see you again, Sil. But yeah, I'm going to rock the meteor a bit. Try and get footage to finally make that video, because I want to review the meteor. It's good. I wanted to get the video review on it for like RSI Day back in Invictus, but then everything else was going on around that time, and yeah, I need to put out another actual ship review. Those always do the best for me. There still is a pull there. Jesus, what? Whoa, hold on. The whole ship just bucked right there. I think the afterburner is a little unreliable in... He's definitely a way better glass pilot than me right now. You gotta push in. Damn, I was hoping to get a shield recharge off that there. I'm trying to abuse shield strategy against him, but it ain't gonna work. He's gonna get me here because I'm fucking around trying to get this regen off. He's gonna get me, absolutely. Yep, good fight. Yeah, I'm just so rusty, dude. When you take like 1 or 2 weeks off, it does not work out. I also haven't flown the Gladius in a while. I'm just glad that XP is willing to do the knife with me. That's kind of what I've missed. See if he notices. I don't want to tag him with ballistics. All right. Man, we haven't even gotten to starting applying damage to him yet. MANTIS is one of the greatest heavy fighter pilots, and he's of course right now doing a very good job at bleeding my energy. And see, I'm forced to really keep up the aggression here as well. I can just get around his wing here. Oh my god, why aren't we pulling up? Come on. Oh, dude, the heavy ammo is just so rough. We still have not applied any damage to him yet, by the way. So I think on the F8, we might need to get shields down to like 10% before Shredder's hit. And that's when we pull through. We should just back away from that as well here. Tap that, stop the regen. I've not been good. I've been pretty bad. But that's okay. That's life, you know? Oh, he got regen. So this is literally over unless we can get and stick in on him. But he's so good at sliding out. Yeah. Good fight. We knew that would happen. That's TT Super Freak. He's known for that. He's very good at sliding out of those situations. All right. We just gotta get back into it. We gotta get training again. We gotta get working again. You don't get to just stay good. Alright. And the heavy ammo is a situation that you need to be able to fly in. I just hate there's those weird pulls on ships. It'll get worse with control surfaces. I do miss flying the Gladius more. It is my favorite ship. I wonder if we can even go back to the other view if that's fixed now. It's been a few patches. It's okay. It's still not great. All right. I don't think he wants to fight. He was typing, so I know he's not AFK, but I don't think he wants to fight. An Eclipse. Well, that's not a dogfighting ship. Yeah, maybe we should go to a different map. Yeah, alright. I'll hop to a different map. Hopefully one that has more players on it. All right. Well, this is the big one, so I guess we should probably not fly the Gladius, though I want to. Just screw it. I need to get back into some of those Journey John training sessions, though. I don't think I've been in there since I've had my my Verpulse. And these sticks are a definite upgrade from my old ones. But I'm rusty. This is what happens when you don't practice a whole lot this patch, right? We're doing the 0 to hero, and then we took about 2 weeks off, so I need to get back on it. There's a Hornet looking at me, engaging me already. Interesting. Oh god, I fucked that up. But somehow we didn't. I mean, that was the best merge ever, actually. We merged directly on top of him. You know, we're just using the Gladius stabbing maneuver, right? It's a very high level pro strat. Brother, you think you can run? That's not how this works. I do love this shit, man. She's just my baby. I love the Gladius. I don't know how we survived that nose bump, but hey. Oh, Bebo. He's going to absolutely slaughter us because we're in the not meta ship. He's already a better pilot than us. And I keep doing that. Yep. Why am I doing that? Yeah. Monday is the funeral. And I don't know, it's all right. Yeah, it was not super great, and then there's work and other stuff as well that's been going rough. Like I said, I'm looking at potentially getting a new job soon. Tango, he had me targeted for a second there. See if I can get him into. Oh no, he's fighting the other guy. Okay. The first of 2 funerals, but I'm not sure I'm going to the second one. I haven't been invited yet, and I don't want to assume. If I do get invited, I would go, but I do think, like, see, the thing is I don't know what's appropriate to talk about or not, right? Aside from, like, the situation is very fucked up, unfortunately. Like, I would like to talk about it, but I just don't know if that's like something I should do. Somebody has me targeted. Oh, we fucked that up. That's not good. Okay. Ooh, he has stripped armor. That should be a reset. Is this the Sergeant William Manchester event rating room? Is that happening soon? I've been a little out of the loop. I heard it was gonna be very, very, very exclusive. Why are you shooting missiles at people, man? All right, if he doesn't come back, and I don't think he wants it. I think that was a pretty clear pass. I don't like tapping when we're doing dueling and I have ballistics. Yeah. Oh, we're just getting started. I wanted to fly the Gladius, even though it's so far out of the meta to basically be dead right now. I don't think he meant to hit me. I don't think this M80 wants to duel me either. I'm trying to honor duel etiquette this time, because last time we came to SPK and we're treating it like an average map where you don't do duel etiquette. I deservedly got gank focused. That's how it should be. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about it. But I got used to the other maps where you kind of just dive people. I wish Squadron Battle was still popular. That would be fun right now. Let's see. I mean, I don't really want to fight a Mustang, but it's not clearly fighting someone else. I don't think he wants it. Catalog in the SPK. Oh god, whoa, lag spike. Let's try and just get his attention. I want to fight someone. Here. A single bullet hit. Oh my god. Midnight Envy, alright. Firing missile at me is definitely fair play. And he's a couple. That's not my midnight, is it? My order? They're chasing that guy. I don't think he's actually there. Yeah. Active, but I can't find a fight. Come on, guys. I'm in the easy to kill ship. Let's go. is not me saying they're afraid of me. This is just bad luck. Also, we were slightly injured. That won't probably matter. Come on. Get a good mag, please. There's that superior rate of the arrow. Yeah, I think if they wanted to bring the arrow back into balance generally, I think it does need to probably rate worse. The fact that it's smaller and rates better is just a little bit too good. So how it used to be is that actually up close the Gladius would rate better and the arrow would suffer. So the arrow would want to stay at the sort of medium range where its smaller profile was advantage, but if the Gladius got in, it could turn on it, right? And that's how they balanced the sizes and stuff. But back in laser meta, that ended up being just a little too strong for the Gladius. But it's a shame. I don't know about that. We know what pseudo substituting looks like because we have it on the snubs, right? So that's what the Fury is. And while the Fury is good, you definitely you feel that. You feel that sort of loss. This is firing missiles at people. I don't think this is my midnight. This is a Super Hornet. Once again, this is sort of why you don't bring it into Arena Commander into duels. In team fights, it can be okay-ish if nobody focuses you, but then they'll just see a free kill and focus you, right? Someone else with lasers is firing at me, so I'm not too worried about that. My shields are basically a whole health. We'll deny that. So now who was that? Was it you, Golden? I don't think it was. I don't think it was. Was it this other guy who's right here? No? Huh. Yeah, the Pitbull is better because the Pitbull has that same speed as but better rates. Now granted, I haven't had enough like hard testing the Pitbull to genuinely say that. Like, what I think would be fun to do is a bunch of Pitbulls versus a bunch of Furies. Ballistic meta, I think the Furies might still take it. Laser meta, it's the Pitbull 1000%. A 1000%, yeah. The Hornet is actually dangerous. The Super Hornet is just easy to kill. The Super Hornet is just a free pinata. Guys, the Super Hornet has between 10 and 20% less strafing ability than the main Hornet. Everyone just looks at the rate and they look at the like the shields and the loadout, and then think, man, I get an extra shield generator and I get the F7A loadout and I have only like 2 degrees less rate. That's awesome. It's not awesome. You have 10% to 20% less strafes in every direction. And those strafes are how you keep distance. Those strafes, which by the way, the regular Hornet is already starved for and could use some more to actually be good. That's the only way you can keep distance, to keep fighters in front of you. That's why the Super Hornet genuinely struggles to keep distance, whereas the regular Hornet can keep it out and be quite dangerous. Literally the F7C beats the F7CS every single time. The A, it's even nastier. We're gonna crash. we had some updrift there. Yeah, no, the Super, they slaughtered the Super. And if you just look at the numbers, they don't seem crazy because those strafe numbers were already low. It's only in the context of, hey, this isn't like 1 degree less strafing, or 1G less. This is 20% less, right? Classic stationary object, indeed. We're flying the Gladius tonight because I'm nostalgic. It's my favorite ship, and it's not good. I know that, but I'm not good either right now. I'm super fucking rusty. Yep. I think I was even maybe it was a little better than the guy. It's such a hard thing to overcome. I really think the arrow should rate worse than the Gladius. Just swap their rates. That way the arrow needs to play a distance and the Gladius needs to get close, like they used to be. That's why they were called the Arrow and the Gladius, right? The Arrow was a long range or mid range fighter. And we're talking about weapon ranges, right? Not like travel ranges, right? And then the Gladius wanted to get up close and knife fight. But then they buffed the arrow's rates because in laser meta it was still too weak with only 1 shield, and now it's amazing. I love my F7A Mark II. Wish I was better at PvP. Need to blow up some more cow. Yeah, I mean, hey, if you want to come kill me, you can come kill me right now. I'm super bad right now. I took 2 weeks off basically. I'm not flying the meta ship. He's gonna want it, I think. Yep. Lord Doodoo, I think, was actually a really good pilot, and we weren't even still locked to him. Yeah, this is not gonna go well though. It's smaller, has the same health, better maneuverability, and almost this exact same DPS. That's why it's basically an uphill fight. All right, we had our nostalgia. I'm not going to do better in the Arrow, by the way, either, because the Arrow is still actually not a ship I super enjoy flying, but we'll stop making it worse than ourselves. You take 2 weeks off, and man, is it rough. I don't want 5 people right now. I work myself up to him. Oh, your verbals. Then you have them well. Oh, they're great. They are better than the VKBs, but it's just like the issue is not my flight sticks. The issue is I took 2 weeks off, and before then I wasn't doing a whole lot in the PvP scene. God damn, this guy did not want to turn and look at me to fight. I really wanted to get him. But yeah. No, the verbals are great. Me being trashed here right now is not the verbals' fault, and that's why we're doing a long warm-up before we go and we test the Meteor again. Because I want to retest the Meteor in context of the M80, right? I mean, is it baited, or is it just he was just absolutely refusing to look at me? I don't know. B-Bill and him going at it. All right. Rocco's moving. Let's see. Oh, shield's hit. Someone's on me. Oh, he does not want to wait for a flare pass. Okay. Got him. Oh yeah, well yeah, like I said, there's new context. The M80 sort of does everything that the Meteor does, and also now we're in a context of a ballistic meta, which bypassed the durability advantage that we had seen it gain by the shield buff. Fight me. Here, fight me. I'm in front of you. Okay, fine. I'm already damaged, but fine. Oh yeah, it's a great playlist. It's all video game music, and that's why it's allowed on YouTube. So it's from Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, Devil May Cry, Sonic, and I also think Zenless Zone Zero. And I haven't played like any Sonic games or Zenless Zone Zero, but the music's good, right? That's what matters. I try not to tap because tapping is pretty rude in Ballistic meta, but all right, here we go. All right, and pass. Oh, those arms. Phantom Thunder's actually really good. It's really, really good, actually. Grab bench, right? Hey, it's valid, man. What's the major difference between verbals and VKBs? I'm considering upgrading my VKB glass, but that's just worth the money. Ooh, so it's the gimbal. It's the gimbal, right? So aside from that, like the ones I have right now, they're also like they're metal versus plastic construction. That doesn't matter. That's just in the hand feel, right? What matters is the gimbal under it. So the gimbal, the Warbird Alpha base I'm flying here, is a cam and roller. Yeah, cam and roller gimbal, where there's two sets of cams on a roller that are held together by springs, and they're on each side. Also, the gimbal is full metal construction versus some plastic construction in the VKB. So, for example, in the VKBs, they have clutch screws, dry clutch screws. that help you make the return to zero smoother, right? And on mine, the plastic threading just completely wore out after 5 years, and so those screws would work out and fall down, and they would lock up my whole stick. So I ended up just removing them entirely, which means I wasn't using my dry clutches on those after 5 years. Once again, that was less wear and tear, but like that's why you would want full metal construction on the interior of your gimbal, right? It would just last longer. Also, because those cams can be swapped out, you can adjust them. So I actually don't have the center spot on my sticks. So if we look at this one here, I can even go to, hold on. I can move the camera down. Once the software comes up, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so there's the cam. So sorry, here's the base. The cams and gimbals are in there. But right now I have what's called the space, no center cams. So if I just do this, there's no bump for it to overcome in the middle. It's entirely, literally no energy at all to move it off center, because there's no centering bump, right? And so, especially for a space game and for something that needs to be like really accurate and reliable, right? That's one of the advantages of the Virtuals. You get to choose that. And now, if I instead choose, hey, I want to go play a flight sim where I want to feel like resistance at the end of my travel, I want like I'm pulling on the stick and I want it to get harder, you can do that. TT Super Freak is by far one of the best heavy fighter pilots in the world. I can count on one hand the amount of top tier heavy fighter pilots that I know. There's Upland Hawk, TT Super Freak, Jet, and oh, what's his name? G something. Growling something. Not Growling Sidewinder. No, it's G something, and we have fought him. But there's like those are the 4 big names for heavy fighters. You won't beat him. Normally, you see a heavy fighter that's like, oh man, that's fucking fodder. If TT is in his F8, you are not beating him. He is by far one of the top tier pilots in that category. He's very good at using your energy against you. You need to have perfect light fighter energy input. But anyways, Fatal, did that answer your question? Sorry for the crotch shot, but it's the best way to show you kind of how the sticks feel. Oh, hello. Jeez, Helen. A little rude there, but that's okay. I've done enough diving that I can't really judge anymore. Let's do that though. Yep. And so that's kind of why you see all space pilots eventually go to either a different base for their VKBs, like on Ender, or to Virtuals. I think the Gunfighter base does something very similar. Those arms are nasty. Oh! I keep doing that. This guy's just gonna think I'm a rammer. Exactly, TK. Yeah, no, Hawk will humble you in any ship. I don't like you third party in that fight, man. See, this guy is doing what 99% of people, myself included, who fly heavy fighters do, which is try to use the ship's own energy. And Alkaline and TT, they're very good at using your energy against you, right? They won't let you sit here like this. I will say though, Fatal, I still prefer the face pattern button layout of the VKBs to the vertical constellations. I don't like these button layouts nearly as much. I find that they're less functional. I'm still, I mean, I've gotten used to them. They don't feel uncomfortable anymore. Oh, okay. This is a M80. So I gotta manage my energy here. Chase. Alright, we popped his armor. He needs to get out of here. What did the MA could have done to improve his odds against you? He was entirely wrong. He wasn't extending to proper distance. He wasn't back strafing on the merge. So what he needs to do is keep his shields up. So he let me stay on him the entire time. So he didn't create distance, right? And I can only damage him when his shields get below 40%. If he can keep his shields above that, which is pretty easy against a shredder era, right? Then I can never damage him. But once I do damage him and I crack the armor, then I'm always damaging him and he loses that advantage, right? So once the armor is cracked, once hull goes yellow, I can hit him even through 100% shields and I can hurt him, right? So with that being said, what he needs to do is he needs to come in, he needs to merge on us slowly, get us in the fight, back straight so that I'm pushing him. He shouldn't push me, I need to push him. And then once I'm over his turn rate, which will probably require me to use boost to get there, otherwise I'm just face tanking his guns, right? So I'm using boost to get over him, then he leaves, goes all the way out to 1.5 to 2 km, and then re-engage. And if he keeps that up, I won't be able to follow him because I'll be burning energy. Hey, it's Snipey! I'll be burning energy. I want to make sure that he's ready here. Yep, alright, cool. So there is a ship advantage here. I wanted to make sure that he knew what the game was and that he was actually on me there. I respect Snipey a lot. Great guy. Get him pushing me like this, and then we use his energy like that. And we slot in, come in, stay over that ray, and there's the kill. The arrow is just so fucking overpowered right now. Snipey's a great pilot, guys. I want to make that very clear. Snipey is a very, very good pilot. That was ship diff. And that's like kind of one of the things that Master Mode's kind of fucked up the most. And people don't realize this unless they were really into the fighter scene before Master Mode dropped, was that there were so many more viable ships pre-Master Modes. Like, heavy fighters were all of them viable. Medium fighters were all of them viable and dangerous. Now, yes, the light fighters were still better. They were still better, but because everything you could get enough speed to actually dodge fire, right? Size mattered less. It was more about rating and more about positional flying and catching people going by you moving fast. Us, Waylon. What are you doing, buddy? Just shoot off his nose a bit there, see if I can get his attention. There we go. Because speed in G's does affect how well you can actually create deflection to dodge fire. So those larger ships could still dodge shots. Not as well. Once again, there was, you know, size still mattered. Light fighters were still the best. But it's not, it became a lot more one-sided in Master Modes. And also, pre-Master Modes, you know, 318 flight model, a good pilot could take an Aurora MR and beat any other ship in the game. So there was too much of a skill diff, right? But I kind of miss it. Ooh. Yeah, so, well, first of all, yeah, don't use it ever. I am a pure decoupled flyer as well. And it's all about just understanding what direction your ship's traveling in and stuff, which is pretty easy when you have reference like this, right? But also you can use the space dust, right? But also with that, turning on coupled switching is what it's called mid-fight, is actually an exploit right now. I'm not saying you are exploiting with it. Clarifying, I'm not saying you are exploiting with it, but right now, coupled mode decelerates you faster than the space brake does, so you can create tighter turns with it. So you can rate slightly faster by spamming it a lot in the orbit. So it's an exploit. It's not going to stick around. It's already been labeled as an issue in the issue council, right? So I don't teach it. And I'm not saying you're doing it. Just so you know, though, because it decelerates you so much faster than even space brake. If you're like in a tight rate with somebody, you can start spamming on and off decoupled mode and coupled mode. Yeah, you will rate faster than the other guy, and it's an exploit. This guy does not want to fight. I don't want him chasing him. That's a stock arrow. That wasn't super fair fight.
Chains disappear.
No, especially not for landing. Landing is horrible in coupled mode. Landing is so hard in coupled mode, dude, and that's why everyone has these weird jerky landings. Landing is so easy in decoupled. Nevin, can I just show you how you land in decoupled mode and how it's stupid easy? Yeah. So, anyways, one thing you want to make sure you do though is in your game options, right? You want to make sure you have hold on. Where is it? This is the one thing you do need for decoupled flight. I wish you could search this, but it's the vector indicator, the TVI. Why can't I find it? I thought it was before. Yeah, right here. Pilot velocity indicator. You want this as always on. By default, it's fading. What fading means is when it's close to your crosshair, it goes away. You want this as always on. And what that is this little icon right here. This guy. That little circle with the 3 lines. That's just showing you the direction of your travel, of your flight, right? Yeah. So, anyways, all I'm saying is that's what one thing you need. Just if you're going to decouple ever, is make sure that's always on. But so remember what coupled mode does is it takes away any input direction if you remove it. That also means you're going to have full acceleration when you do put it on there, so you get really jerky, really instantaneous movement. It's not very precise. So all you need to do is be in decoupled mode now. Drop your landing gear. Make sure you have landing gear slowdown turned off as well, so you can keep your speed, right? And then all you do is you just go and you put your little TVI on the pad there, then just line yourself up, modulate your speed with X or your space brake if you have it bound, and smooth, gentle, perfect landings with exacting precision on where you go, because you can see that marker for where you're landing. It's so much easier. It's so much easier than landing in with coupled mode. And with this, you can even land in a moving ship, because you just put the TVI there, you know where you're going, you know where it's going. You don't have to constantly be tapping your inputs or adjusting things to have these jerky, bad landings. It's so easy. And you can even do it quick, especially once you have that thing turned off, and you can have a, come in through here, just slam down like that. It's so much better. Try it. It's scary at first. You think, oh man, I'm gonna be drifting, but remember, it's not drifting. It's not drifty. It's just your ship isn't removing your energy for you. Coupled mode, if you think about it like this, coupled mode is like playing a traditional first-person shooter or RPG game. You press W to walk forward, you release it, you stop. Just with Star Citizen coupled mode, you have to wait for the retro engines to slow you down, but it's the same exact mechanic. Whereas decoupled mode is just flying. Decoupled mode is you're just maintaining your energy you put in, and you lose it when you move in a different direction, right? Decoupled mode also saves fuel and stuff in like long flight cruises when you aren't in atmo, because you can just let go of the throttle and just keep your speed, right? Yeah. And I hope that didn't come off as like preachy or anything. Just landings are one of my favorite things to do in this game, no matter what ship I'm in. Like here, let's just come up through here. We're gonna push in, drop our landing gear. Once again, automatic slowdown off. We always have automatic slowdown off. We're going to just tap that space brake right through here, come through just like this, and put it on the pad. Booyah! Gentle, clean. It's fun. I turn off the engines. I meant to lower my landing gear. Or raise them. There we go. Oh yeah. Yep. It's way easier than moving ships, yeah. And like even for taking off in a hangar, just remember to use your space brake, right? That's what it's there for. Space brake does basically what coupled mode does, but lets you control it, right? Let's say, like, let's pretend we were in a hangar and we had to just take off very, another thing is, decoupled mode lets you move slow. Tell me how in coupled mode you can move at 6 meters per second, without having to set your speed limiter. Because we have no speed limiter. That's an unlocked, I can slam that all the way up, right? Decoupled lets you just, you know, move up to the speed you want, and then brake to bring it back down if you want to, and you can just maintain just a gentle speed super easily, right? So I'm a huge preacher of decoupled only, even for mouse and keyboard flying. Like, it's not just because I'm a stick pilot. Even when I play mouse and keyboard, I fly decoupled everywhere because it actually feels like flying to me. Not saying this game is realistic. It's not realistic. It's just deep. But like I said, coupled mode is like you're playing a traditional FPS. You hold W to go forward. You let go. You stop moving, right? Sure. I think he's turning me. I'll have to see him shoot at me before I'm willing to engage. Yep, okay. Whenever I'm engaging somebody that's a little bit off meta, I'm not sure if they got the memo, I want to wait for them to shoot first. Because I am basically trolling this guy being in an arrow, and he's in that ship. Especially with those look like M-series cannons. Splash. It does okay. Ooh. It feels more authentic to space flying, but let's not pretend Master Mode is anything like actual space navigation, because it's not. Star Citizen is fully an arcade game. It's a very deep arcade game. It's one that lets you turn off assists and has its own unique flight characteristics. So it's a sim of its own physics, but it's not a space sim in the nature of how things actually work. Speed walls aren't a thing, right? It's still very deep, very complex, but calling it a space sim is not super accurate here. All right, here we go. I swear I'm seeing blue shots off his top guns. Oh, wow, that was a slap. That was a slapper. There we go. Let's fuck around with the Pitbull. This seems like a fun lobby. I might be able to make it work. I love the Pitbull. The ship's so fun. Ooh, I am not in the Evocati test, or I'm not in anything for that. I really hope so, because I would like to see Ballistic Meta die, if I'm being real with you. I don't want to punk on this guy's fight if he's actually fighting that guy. Doesn't quite look like it. Let's see if I can't slot in here and just say, hey. You know what? No, let's be fair to him. Let's give him a solid start. Here we go. God, I love this ship. We got all the way to slot in his tail. We slotted on his tail. That's how good this thing flies, man. Now he's running. He's trying to get away. It won't matter. God, I love this pit bull. Like, this is why the T. Louis is interesting to me. I just don't think they executed it very well. Because snubs are strong. They're not as strong as they used to be with armor, meaning that their size 2 and 1 weapons don't really do a whole heck of a lot. But snubs fly so damn well. Oh, I cannot afford that. Okay, we're over his turn right. Trying to buck me off right here. Ah, there it is, yeah. It's fun. It's a fun ship. It's got no health, so like if you take a bad pass and being like that, ooh, it's just scary. I love it though. I'm gonna pass this right here. And the arrow is like the hardest fight for it. You get him to push me. Like this. Oh, no. See, like I said, if they get a good mag on you, you're just done. So a Vanguard, the size 2, that's why we have the size 2 attritions on the pibble, right? So the size 2 attritions will damage any heavy fighter, right? And that's another reason why he said, well, why the T. Louis was interesting, because the carrier pilot gets 4 size 4s. The arrow is just super over. What? I obscured a parking area in what? I have never seen that in free flight before in my life. R. Yeah, I still can't really see the MFDs as non-cast still are not very good. That was not the fastest way around. That's why you got guns on first. But we're kind of not in effective range. All right, we're out of boost. Another thing that's annoying about the arrows is nobody stays fucking close in them. Like, that's why, like, when we were flying the Gladius earlier, we got into those actual fucking knife fights. God, I miss those. The knife fights are way more fun than these mid-range kind of just aim trades. I say as the person that enjoys the flight instead of the aiming. There's a little antenna on your head. This is how you have head tracking. So, woo, woo. Right? So this is part of the Track IR V5, which goes to a little bit of a module on top of my screen, not unlike a webcam. Though it is not a webcam, there's no camera functionality of it. It receives IR light, and these are 3 little IR bumps on there that produce IR light. And so it basically gives me really accurate head tracking that I could recalibrate and change really easily, right? And it is lower latency and less processing power than Track IR. Not saying Track IR is bad by any means. It's just this is cheaper, has a quicker response time, so less latency for me turning my head to actually turning in game. And this is not processing the full face tracking and the eye tracking, and it's just following the head movement. There's less overhead on the computer. Yep, he's good. Anubis is good. So this exact playstyle though right here is what I hate so much about the Aero Ballistic meta. Yeah, he's gonna get this by far easily. Very well done, dude. Very well done. Yeah, I would never upgun a snub to cannons though. Like I said, hold on, our bitrate is low. Okay, I can raise the bitrate. YouTube is telling me my bitrate is too low. Does the stream look bad, guys? Well, worse than usual, I guess. Here, I'll pump it up a bit. I'll pull out the guys again. It's terrible. It's really bad, but it's my baby. It's my favorite ship in the game. He's hurt. I wonder if I can take Dark Hunter in this thing. I probably can't. It's such a huge ship diff. Yeah, we're literally only getting passing fucking hits. We're not getting any good mags. We can't dodge nearly as well because we're just so much bigger. But a boost here, this is not good. Come on. You guys need to fucking get him close. We tried. It's such a huge fucking cliff to climb. We tried. Because you have the same health, but you're slower, have a bigger side, same damage. Yep, good stuff. All right, how long are we going for? Oh, we're over an hour right now. We're over an hour. Damn. I usually only try and do 1 hour of PvP for warm-ups. How much this lobby has a whole another hour in it. We're not going to finish the lobby out. We'll do a few more fights. We'll do one more against Dark here. I think he's setting up a ship. Maybe? With Tiburon fight happening. Oh. All right. There we go. I just hate how wiggly the arrows are and just how much of a just an aim focused thing it is, right? Like I really prefer the knife fighting in the Gladius, but we'll see it come back hopefully when we get back to a laser meta. Anyways, we're gonna go hop into PU now and hope for a nice high pop server. I'm probably just going to send myself back to Santon. So the question now is, what build do we run on the Meteor? And I think the answer is just pure Deadbolt, right? And we try, and it's already going to lose against most fighters, right? But it does have that insane damage output. Let's see, hold on. So it's great against punching up. It's great for punching up. Dude, is my spotlight like crashed out? There we go. Change the playlist there. And more chill until we're in fighting again. All right. New Babbage will also be a good place to get missiles, which I think we probably will need to restock on. Let's see if nothing. That's not really gonna matter here. But yeah, so basically, I just want to get a new context for the Meteor now that the M80 exists, so I can actually make my review on the ship. I need to make a YouTube video. I'm hoping to do it tomorrow. So I'm hoping we get some good content in it. Now I could have been flying it in free flight there, but free flight's like the worst case scenario for a Meteor. It's all dueling. Very rarely you're gonna have ships to punch up against. Whereas in PU, I mean, the most common fighter you see in the PU is like the fucking M80 right now, or it's the F7s. Right now, the F7s are a little bugged. Is there a med center? Yes. Because we need to reset our phone. I just thought that was actually set to Seraphim. For some reason, I thought it was set to Checkmate. So we wasted some time there. We wasted some time there. It's okay. You know what? We might need to buy things for the Meteor build. I don't remember what I have on the Meteor. So, bit of a mistake. Bit of a mistake. It's okay, guys. Once again, I am not a smart man. I never claimed to be. I still think the Meteor is an S tier ship, guys. It's just the M80 is a really compelling argument to it right now, and it's, you know, it has a lot going in its favor. Even just the hype of being like the first good heavy fighter in a while, which the M80 is genuinely a great ship. Now, a lot of people can't fly it very well. It is a high skill ship, but it is genuinely a competitive PvP heavy fighter. Framerate decided it was checking out for the day, so, you know, we're just getting that cinematic gameplay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is what Chris Roberts intended. Right here. This is top tier. Will it ever recover? I'm lagging so bad I'm desyncing the server. Alright. And hey, frames, come back. Wait, Mockingbird, you were in there? Which one were you? Glitch? Oh, okay. I feel kind of bad now because that is, yeah, that's kind of So were you the one running the full Deadbolt build? Because if you were, I do have a better like PvP recommendation for that. It still involves Deadbolts, but okay. Try so you have the F7A, right? That's what you said. Yeah. So keep the deadbolts on your turret and on your nose gun. So you have 4 size 3 deadbolts, but on your wings do 84 Bs. They have almost the exact same velocity, but they have a Gatling gun rate of fire. So when you're fighting a small fighter, you can actually fill a space with lead with the same pip. But then that way, like if you, one of the issues with using deadbolts or cannons in general is you could track onto the pip, but your guns are on cooldown. They're not firing that second, and then by the time you do fire, you've drifted off the pip, right? So you want to be able to fill a space with lead. That's why all fighter builds are high rate of fire weapons, right? But it keeps those deadbolts, so that way they do line up. You still get that big slap, that big punch, and you're able to punch up into larger ships. With it, I don't know exactly how high the size 3 deadbolts go, but it's at the very least into Connie and larger ships, right? I don't think it's all the way to Hammerhead, but still, it's a pretty good build that keeps you having a good multi-role punch, which is nice to have in a medium fighter. While if you do get the crosshair over, they're going to get 2 size 4 Gatling guns ripping into a fighter, right? That will almost always actually hit, even if you just cross over the pit, because they're just filling with air. You can do the same thing with the Revenant Gatling guns, or, which have a higher rate of fire but lower damage. So it's up to your call. Hello, Raelian. Oh, no worries, man. Yeah. Give it a try. It's pretty fun. They really do need to rebalance so laser weapons and ballistic ones. It's now that they've addressed the ammo issue, and even if they rolled back the ammo changes, since we will moving forward always have a way to rearm off of our fleets, they really need to buff the lasers. Heck yeah, dude. It is. It's so brutal, and like, I'll be honest. I enjoyed ballistic meta the first time around, but that was back in the old weapon balance with the old weapon projectile velocity. So the shredders, they were good, but they were like only good on the arrow, and then you could range kite the arrow, right? Because the Gatlings had a higher speed, but after the speed rebalance, the shredders are so oppressive on that arrow now. Like in 4.5 and 4.6, you could genuinely like take out a shredder arrow with a yellow jacket. Sorry, not a yellow jacket, a Mantis Gatling Gladius. Like that was a fight. All right, let's see what we have on that. I agree with you, Mockingjay. Yeah, that's how I would balance it. Like, I would do it the Elite Dangerous method, or, I'm sure countless other games, right? Where it's lasers, really, really, really good at getting through shields, right? But, armor, metal hulls are pretty good at displacing heat. So it looks like we do have the full Deadbolt build. Okay. We don't have missiles right now. Do we need missiles on it? We really don't. We don't ever need to punch up in it, but yeah, it's not worth going back. But yeah, so like lasers should be good at getting through shields, bad at getting through holes. And here's what I want to say, okay? I want shields of different sizes to have a different hard check, not unlike armor, where it's like, yo, hey, shield will just entirely stop high velocity things under a certain mass. Because we fly around in space going fast with just tons of microparticles. Shields should be what's keeping us from being ripped to shreds by debris, right? So by that logic, shields should be really good at stopping like a Gatling gun that's shooting at you. But they should just rip through the hull, especially on fighters, but shouldn't really be armored. Like a fighter's really should have, okay, you know, good shields, but not a lot of armor. I really like how they balance the pit bull for that, right? And so like what I want is you need to have like your two like looking at Gladius, you have your 2 laser repeaters on your wings, and then your nose is a ballistic Gatling. So you fire with your lasers trying to get shields down. Once shields are down, one burst from like one good burst hitting the right spots should just end a fighter. But you should have very limited ammo in that gun. That should, like just like in a real fighter, you shouldn't be able to just hold down and spray throughout the entire fight like we're doing right now. It should be like a, yo, you've got 6 seconds of gun time, so make sure every time you pull that trigger, someone's dying, right? Because imagine how good that would feel, like maneuvering for the fight, like and trying to get the kill, especially if they make aiming harder and they make it more flight based and less aim based, right? Like they lower the maneuverability of all ships a bit. They all give them some good jerk, and so you really need to use flight skill to get the shot on somebody, like in DCF, like in things like that. I'm not saying make it a 400-degree freedom game. I'm not saying making it planes in space, but make getting the shot hard, and if you get the shot, you get the kill, right? But then obviously, okay, well hold on. If ballistics get fully stopped by shields, that's stupid too, because what about the Medusa cannons? That's why I said it's a mass check, right? So sure, it can stop, you know, a Gatling gun shooting at it with you know, size 1 shields. But yeah, a Leonid cannon, or you know, even like a size 4 cannon should just punch through it because it has enough mass in the projectile to overcome that. Same way how an asteroid overcomes your shields and kills you, right? So it should be a mass check. And once again, guys, just so it's said, in case anyone thinks I'm being super stupid and my ideas are bad, I'm just one random guy on the internet, and nothing we talk about here will ever actually affect the game. And we're just kind of having fun with it, you know? We're enjoying the conversation. All right, here we go. Here is our meteor with that gorgeous, gorgeous paint job. Really like this paint job on here. Yeah, we absolutely could have just gone to Seraphim. Been okay. Since we didn't even restock our missiles. Midnight nap time. Is your sleep schedule as bad as mine is, man? Yeah, that could be it too, but I also just think it's like math makes sense. Like if you get hit by a big ass capital ballistic gun, it should just swat you aside, shields or no, because you just simply can't deal with that much material moving that fast at you, right? But it should shield should vaporize small things, because I think it just makes sense that that's what they would be good at, right? Ooh, I do kind of want to do a Gillies number 7 and just see if I can really quick.
Hope you're excited, rookie. This is the lesson you get to take.
Because we were able to do Achilles number 7 pretty effectively in the Meteor, sorry, in the M80.
Don't take lightly, so I want you to choose your shield carefully. Hell, I've known some students to go ahead and bring you against the battle. Just don't
So yeah, before the M80 came out, before we knew what it was, I predicted the Meteor to be the best ship in 4.8. And so we're retesting it now to make our review video, which I've been slacking on. Because I've honestly, just to be real with you guys, I went through hell these last 2 weeks. 2 good friends of mine died in a very bad way. But I'm trying to get back into things, so that's why I'm so rusty and everything else going on. But here we go. So right now we're just retesting the Meteor in context of the M80 existing, because these ships are very similar in the role that they fulfill. Ship, she still feels good. All right. Ooh. It's like not turned on. So this is going to be a little cheesy, but we're just going to do it and just test it and see how quick we can kill these turrets. Yeah, so this is another reason why like it's really hard to justify a fully crewed hammerhead, because obviously this was a PvP scenario. This would be a 1v what, like 7 just for this ship, right? But if we had 7v7 and those guys were distracted, then all you need is 1 Meteor, 1, you know, cap ship slapper to fly in there. Could use some more radar power. Trying to knock another turret here if I can. All right, nope, we gotta pull away now. Don't want him to actually apply too much damage to us. So this is our weakness here, is we are very susceptible when shields go down, and that's the only reason why it's kind of weaker in the ballistic meta. We're kind of blushing now. You got a blush cheek. Oh yeah. Gotta wait. Gotta wait. If I can get to his other side, it'll be a lot safer, like right here. The AI is actually doing a decent job trying to keep me on the side that has active turret gunners. Of course, also we have to remember that right now the player-driven hammerhead would have ballistics more than likely. Their shields back. Maybe. You want to regen shields? All right. I mean, we're doing a pretty decent, okay job. The question is, are we doing better than we did in the M80? Feeling about the same. We had better components. Oh, but right there we got power plant killed. I doubt we come back from that. Yep. So yeah, it really is so much less durable. Like we say that's the weakness of the. Here we go. We say that's the weakness of the M82, right? Just interceptors in general. I don't know if we come back from this. We do not. We do not. And that's with us getting 2 guns down on it for free. Because it's so bad at doing keeping distance, right? You have to do those passes in the interceptors, right? You really can't let your shields go down. And that same thing though is also why it's struggling in the ballistic meta, because we also didn't even realize we were going to ballistic meta until kind of it just showed up. Like I think I figured out it was ballistic meta right around the time that the Pitbull was going. It came out. In the pre-testing, we were thinking it was going to be attritions because before they nerfed them, they were going to damage absolutely everything in the game, right? Frame rate is once again deciding it does not want to be here right now. All right, well, it failed that test. We failed the test, I should say. Dude, attrition meta would have been so fun. God, it would have been more fun than what we have right now. I was going to say it. Would not have been balanced. Would not have been good for the game. Just would have been more fun. For specifically me and like no one else. But so now we'll just go jump down to Hathor and see if we can't pick a few fights in it. Yeah, I still wonder if maybe I should throw shredders on there for the mixed build and then just have it be double weapon groups. Because okay, but see, and that's where it's rough. Like the Meteor is still the best in class, you know, large ship killer. But for just fighters, we could try staggered fire. If we get staggered fire to work, that'd be okay-ish. But like, so you're already having to pull the trigger again multiple times. I don't think we have any spare shredders anyways, but I mean, we could get them here. You have some money. Here's the thing, if we went into a meta era, we're dead anyways, right? Even if we have shredders on that thing. I don't think we even survive a turn fight with it. Like, even if we were winning just straight up damage trading, I think we just lose, right? Like, unless we get a hit with the Leonid, of course. But like, hold on. SP viewer. Update it, sadly. No, we wouldn't be flying the arrow. It's like, that's why I'm trying to take into account, right? There's 2 builds we can do for the meteor. And that is the full deadbolt build that we're doing right now, and that's where it's best for punching up, best in slot. But I straight up think, okay, yeah. So we have very, very similar body damage. So in theory, if it wasn't dodging, you could win. So maybe, because you also will have more DPS, you don't have 4, so yeah, I don't know. I think we should do it. Now that the more I think about it, we just need to make sure to set up our weapon groups correctly. Yeah. So what we're gonna want to do is have the first trigger pull be shredders, and the second trigger pull being the Leonid. So that way we don't waste Leonid shots when we won't be doing it, but we will be able to. I still don't think we ever win against an arrow ever in it. That's not what I'm hoping for. But at the very least, we wouldn't be completely forced to the deadbolt's velocity and ability to fill the air with lead. And we're already punching up hard. So if we're soloing the meteor, I think shredders are the call. So we have to go buy shredders. At least then we can harass fighters in that sort of mid-range. And against I keep forgetting that's there. Against larger stuff, we're going to be needing to use Alina's anyways, right? Even if we had the size 3 deadbolts. But this whole build, the shredders and the Leonid, I feel like it's less efficient than the M80. The M80 with 85 Bs and deadbolt 4s. I feel like that's a more useful. I mean, it doesn't punch as high. It doesn't punch as high as the meteor does, but for general fighting, it's just much tougher, right? Man, the M80 really does steal a lot of thunder from the meteor. I love both ships, but it being a bit more survivable and a bit more general firepower versus the specialized firepower of those Leonids. I don't know. Yep. So the 85B does damage to Hammerhead, but the Deadbolt 4s do. While we're here, what missiles does the meteor take? Let's buy some missiles for it. Dominators and Raptors. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Okay. Cool.
I think you're going to be happy with that.
All right. That way, versus a fighter, we have a little bit more ability to fill that air with lead, get some higher hit percentage in. Just missed the train. Yeah, then we will fly to Hathor here. Let's see. Not a whole heck of people in the server, 350. We might want to get a better server for it, but at the very least we can go to Seraphim. I don't know, chat, what are your thoughts on the Meteor versus the M80? The Meteor has a really hard niche in being the best in-slot fighter to deal with large ships. Like, even the full Deadbolt M80 doesn't do the job as well as the Meteor does, right? But that's a pretty niche role, even with the proliferation of solo Idrises, solo Tiburons, other sort of large cap ships going around, right? And I don't know, I feel like just the general reliability of how good anti-fighter the M80 really is in a good pilot's hand. Like, frankly, if you aren't in a meta arrow, you should be very, very scared of an M80. Like, very scared of an M80. Yeah, I wanted to get my review of it out during DefenseCon, but there was a lot going on, and I'm lazy. But I want to try and get a video out for Monday. And I wanted to be the media review. Just, it was gonna be the best ship in the game, in my opinion, the best solo ship in the game. Yes, it would be a little bit on the niche side, but just with all the armor changes, right? But then, God, the M80 just kind of honestly is like a really good daily driver. Oh, absolutely, man.
I think it's a bit backwards that more people stream than us.
That's the thing, though. Like you people like me, who are more advanced pilots. I won't say I'm top tier. I'm very much not. I'm journeyman level, right, guys? And right now, I'm actually worse than I was, you know, last month. But
Welcome to the ASOC
But,
vehicle retrieval system.
you have other people just saying that the MA is really good. But if you don't know how to fly the interceptor, if you don't know the strategies for it, you're gonna just fail in it. Just straight up. No cap, because you can't fly it like a regular ship. You will just lose. Now, the Meteor's in the same boat. The Meteor is in the exact same boat. The Meteor is also interceptor tuned.
Looking for a good time? Be sure to visit Wally's bar at the promenade. Only a quick ride on the metro. From all of us at Microtech, welcome to the new Marriage Interstellar Spaceport. Microtech, the empire's leader in cutting-edge technology, where creative innovation meets innovative creativity.
Vehicle selected. Stand by.
I agree, Sky. I fully agree with you, man, dude.
Enjoy your time.
God, when the Lightning first came out, the F8, God.
Into the new Marriage Interstellar Spaceport.
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Your vehicle has been moved to our Your vehicle has
The
been
best
moved to our
shopping, dining, and entertainment.
Well, so like I said, I love the Shiv because it's not a fighter. It is a multi-role ship that is as good at fighting as the Super Hornet is. And here I am shitting on the Super Hornet. That's because the Super Hornet is a fighter that's pretty bad at fighting. But give it a 32 SU cargo bay, give it a second, give it a bed to log out in. You can do a lot with the Shiv. The Shiv is so damn good. I adore the Shiv. But in the age of combat, in the age of armor, size 4 doesn't really cut it. Which is why the M80 and the Meteor kind of stand alone. What I want them to do, though, is now that you can't downsize guns, you have to put on the gun that's the size of the slot. I want them to buff size 2 and size 1 guns. Which sounds crazy, I know. But like, okay, hey, reduce their projectile range, right? Do something, but up their damage significantly. So many other ships would be viable if those smaller guns were just a lot more viable. Like, let's say the Pibble, right? Let's say the Buzzsaws and the Attritions did the same damage at size 1 and size 2 as size 3 and size 4s, but the projectile range was hard capped. And I mean hard capped at like 900. So you couldn't even like possibly 750. 750. I'm not saying I actually want this. This is just a thought experiment, guys, right? Because then they would be dangerous and stuff, but yeah, they would have to fly directly up to you. All right, we need to... So you're right, it would buff the arrow, but it would also buff so many ships. It would buff the Aurora Mark II. It would buff the Hawk. It would buff the Pisces. It would buff all of the snub category weaponry on like turrets and things, right? Like, think of how many cap ships have like size 2 remote turrets and things, or like multi-crew ships, like the Corsair and stuff, right? I don't think that worked. Okay, I think it did. Lagging like crazy though. Once again, like I said, any recommendations I make are not like real things, guys. We're just kind of having fun talking about the state of the game and stuff. None of my ideas have any chance of ever becoming real, right? There's no way someone at CIG is listening to me. So we can just have fun thinking about stuff. Theory crafting. Oh yeah, a lot of power creep. So much power creep. Like this isn't me being a hater, but like when you have to sell a new fighter, right? Well, fighter pilots care about damage and stuff. They care about all that. If it comes out and it has less firepower than ships that came before it, it doesn't have some other feature. People are like, yo, like why would you buy another ship? Oh my god. Let's say Kruger came out with another ship, right? And Kruger came out with a competitor to the Gladius. That was literally just the Gladius and Kruger selling. You get some people buying it, but you wouldn't get people who love their Gladius. Because if performance is the same, you know, maybe rates different, maybe roles are different, right? But like, people won't know those until the ship launches, right? But like, it has 3 size 3s, you have 3 size 3s. It's got, you know, 8 missiles, you have 8 missiles. Cool, it's the same ship in a different skin. I like my ship, I'm keeping my ship. So what they do is they just kind of slowly crept it up, and they kept adding more to try and be selling features. Sometimes it was EMPs, sometimes it was shield generators, sometimes it was stealth, sometimes, most of the time, bigger guns. Which I'm not saying I blame COG for doing it, like that's how they're funding the game. I still think Star Citizen is the best space game I've ever played, even with all the bugs and broken stuff and everything else going on with it, and the fact that it's not even like really true space flight or anything anymore now that we've, you know, moved past those early flight models. Like even my favorite flight model back in 3.0 was not real space flight. Like they had for a while a way more intense flight model in like version 2 and stuff, but they moved away from that sort of intensity in flight, right? And they're just trying, you know, when that's how you fund the game, when that's how you make your money, selling the ship is kind of more important than keeping the balance. They did dig themselves into a corner, which is why they couldn't just do a size gating for armor, and it's why they had to do this really complex alpha damage system for armor. And like, for example, of ships that are left behind that aren't even that old, like the Ares is entirely irrelevant. The Ares is entirely irrelevant, whereas the Meteor is basically what the Ares always should have been, and is flourishing. You know, the Meteor and the Mantis, they feel like fighters like out of Star Trek. I still like kind of don't like this design of ship. Like, okay, I do think the Meteor looks good, but like I prefer the ships that look more like planes. That's just what I like. This is, you know, definitely a spaceship, right? But this feels like this fighter design would be straight out of like the new Star Trek stuff. The rounder front, the nacelles at the back. I do wish more ships had bespoke weaponry though, that are built into them. They just look better than the one thing I never really liked was the exposed weapons. Just as aerodynamic dragons, like yeah, it looked, it let you easily identify and stuff and things, but those Leonids look so much better with how they're naturally integrated into the ship and stuff, right? Same with the Kruger.
Quantum drive is now off. Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off. Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
All right, we're just gonna set our respawn over here, guys, and then we're going to check out Hathor. Let's take a look at the server population really quick, though. Yeah, not many people on this server.
Shields on. And again deployed. Landing complete. Engines are off.
I have not heard any of that. Please let me know. Because I am a huge critic of the current system. I do not like, oh wait, no, sorry, penetration. So you mean like to like components. God, this chair is breaking. It's really annoying. It keeps fucking sliding down. And like, I'm tall. I'm 6'4", right? So like, I hate when it gets super low because it crunches my legs. Interesting. Jesus, 80 to 97%. So the oh, CIG. Oh, CIG. They realized they made aiming in their game too easy. And now when they're like, oh, well, you need to have precision targeting to take out components. Yeah, it's easy as shit to hit them, especially with the aim mode, especially with, you know, these things. And so now they're just removing it. Oh my God, they're removing at 80 to 97%. They're removing penetration. They're removing component targeting because they realized they made their game way. I'm in the wrong place. They made their game way too easy to aim in, and so fighters, which already move the best, could the component snipe. I'm not even saying it's like necessarily a bad change because it probably isn't, but it's just like, come on, guys, how did you not see that coming? So at this point, is engineering just fucking dead? Like, is tier 1 of engineer or tier 0, wherever we're on for engineering, just basically entirely turned off now? Once again, I don't even necessarily disagree with it. I just think it's fucking hilarious.
See what I can do.
It's almost like if you made your game more flight focused and less aim focused, and it was actually hard to get that shot and to keep that shot, that wouldn't be an issue, and you could have that sort of fine aiming to deal with large ship stuff. But when you give them literally a zoom in lock on mode that does all the auto gimbaling for you, wow, it works. Remove gimbals, or auto gimbals, I should say. I'm okay with manual gimbals. Why did it brick my meteor? Wait, did it? Or no, it didn't. I didn't send it down. So I just have a brick. Okay, I have a bricked one here. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Meteor is not bricked. Well, as of right now, if they're getting rid of armor pen by 80 to 90%, we're not talking about damaging armor. We're talking about the shots going through. And so they're making two major changes. Now it's a cylinder, so you have to have pixel perfect aim, which I'm okay with. That's fine. That's not that bad on these ships, right? But also they're getting rid of the ability for the shot to actually go and get down there. So let's see, what would be 80%? So we would be going down from like 20 meters of pen on the meteor to 4 meters. So you would no longer be able to power plant pop a large ship, right? Once again, I'm not even sure I disagree with it, because yeah, that's bullshit, and it did make, especially with the meteor, disabling large ships super trivial. I'm not saying it's about change. I was thinking, it's like, man, does that mean that they're basically turning off engineering? Well, see, Mockingbird, you and I understand that and agree with that, but there is a large and vocal community that wants exactly that. man. Yeah, there's like no point in having an engineer on a large ship anymore. What's funny here is this is like just a buff to big ships though. And I mean like capital ships that have their power plants deep. But like, for example, a paladin can still get power plant popped at 4 meters a pen. Any ship that has a engineering bay adjacent with the exterior walls will be able to be damaged. So those mid-sized ships, those will go down, but the caps won't. Which maybe that's their intention. Yeah, weapon group is not working. There we go.
Quantum fuel is at 100%.
Well, hey Catalyst, good to see you again. Man. Sky, is there any way you can give me more info on that? Because that would be a good video, honestly.
Quantum drive is now on. Landing gear raised. Quantum drive is now off. Quantum drive is now on.
I mean, you still can disable the big ships though. Like the distortion. The distortion build Paladin is really good at disabling ships. Got you, okay. Darn. It's not that I don't trust you at all, Sky, it's just I can't really report on that then.
Quantum drive is now off.
I am over Daymar. What the fuck? Why did I think I was over Yellow? As I'm losing my touch. Well, okay. They have ship-to-ship docking working now because of the development of the command module with the Ironclad and Caterpillar. Yes, it's buggy as shit, but technically is working, right? So we could see ships like the Legionnaire, which is the dedicated boarding ship, come in once we have hacking. So if we could hack the ship, then dock onto the docking collar to board it, even while it's active, moving, and fighting, that could be one thing, right? You don't need pen to disable surface level stuff like turrets and PDCs. That's still a viable role for even this ship. Like I said, I was reacting more to the fact that they were turning off all of engineering. I see a ship. Oh, no, that's the debris. Wow, I spotted that debris from way out. I really thought that was a stealth out ship. There's another meteor down there. Oh. Starting this attack.
Radar contact.
Two Starling attacks. Man. Okay. They're up, but they're probably bricked. That's just AI. You don't want to waste ammo on AI. These are closed up. Another thing that needs to be said is the cockpit is much better on the M80. This is fine for your like traditional, you know, playing without head tracking, but with head tracking, you really still get basically the same vision you had as without. You only get a little bit more, whereas on the M80 you get that gorgeous bubble canopy. Check out the other site. I disagree, Catalyst. I disagree. The Paladin is a ship that needs to be able to be damaged by fighters. Straight up. It needs to. Because hear me out, okay? If the Paladin doesn't get countered by fighters, then it is probably one of the biggest anti-large ship threats in the game, right? Because it's relatively small, and it has 4 size 4s, 4 size 5s. That is incredibly threatening to your large ships in your fleet. To your mid-size and your large ships that it will be able to duel effectively, that is a huge threat. So fighters need to be able to ward off attack ships like that. Idris, way out there. I think its deflection value is good. It's just difficult to... what it needs is a bit more speed. Yes, but the Corsair and Connie are also in that same attack ship category, right? Like I said, for me, that whole category, Constellation, Corsair, Paladin, Redeemer, all like that should be the upper echelon of what you send fighters to deal with. Because as just attack craft versus larger ships, those are actually very threatening, especially if you give them too much armor deflection. Now, is actual armor value being heavier? Yeah, I think it does need to have more armor HP, but
You know what? I'm sick of watching inept dipshits try and take you out.
yeah, it's got good. It's got decent maneuverability. It's very slow, so it can't like push a fighter at all. Not saying it even wants to, right? But
Radar contact.
I really view the Paladin as an attack craft that's going up against the turrets and the hull of larger ships. Like, honestly, if you're in an Idris and there is a deadbolt ballistic for the pilot and distortions or something, like mixed distortion, mixed laser on turret, or even laser turret, something like that. That's scary to go up against a paladin because it's fast enough and it's small enough that it can do light fighter meta to you. Like whenever we explain light fighter meta, right? It's not light fighters win all fights. It's the smaller ship in a fight has the advantage, and the paladin is pretty small for what it offers. Like that's a pretty compact ship. It does, but it has the most powerful turret. So the pilot is not the main character of the paladin. The turret gunner, the size 5 turret gunner is the main character, right? That's why I would give like deadbolts to the pilot, because anything you need to rate fight, all you should do is just position your turret at it, right? Like 2 men in a Corsair versus 2 men in a Paladin, Paladin wins every time. 2 men in a Paladin versus 2 men in a Kami, Paladin wins every time. That sucks, Mockingbird. That sucks. Grade A stealth shield gen. We have to remember it's sort of the same reason why like the Hurricane well exactly because those ships don't have valid things, and even then it still matters, right? But that's because they've entirely devalued the turrets on those older ships with armor. Not saying they were good before armor, but like now they're just genuinely useless. Size. But you're right. I genuinely think the Paladin is substantially more valid to bring to a fight, especially with a gunner, than two colonies. Because that thing can be a serious problem as a punch-up ship, once again. Like, that ship isn't good at dealing with fighters, but it is very, very, very good. A custom Shiv. It's very, very, very good at disabling, like, say, an Idris. Give the 4 size 5 distortion scatter guns on the turret, and have like Galderine, no, sorry, like rhinos on the pilot. Get one shield face down, you can turn off an Idris. Why are you closed when it's open? I'm really sorry to hear that, Mockingbird. Like I said, so once again, I want to clarify my position. I am in no way against armor. I think the concept of armor is really important to the game and the health of the game. That being said, I don't like the current implementation of armor that we have. I think the alpha damage armor system is very flawed, And one of the flaws is it does just further devalue group play in multi-role ships, because what are the size 3 turrets on the Polaris even doing? What are the size 3 turrets on the Connie even doing? What are the size 2 turrets on the Corsair even doing, right? And the answer is not. It is not dealing with fighters, because the turrets have never been good at dealing with fighters, and they won't be until they're specifically buffed for that role, right? And now, right now, if you have 2 fully crewed Connies who fight each other, only the pilots can interact with each other. And if they're stock weaponry, yeah, this one's locked up too. Why are you locked up? You're open. So I said you have 2 fully crewed Connies. Not saying this ever happens, but if you did, only the 2 pilots can interact. If you have stock weapons, then only interact with missiles. They can't even damage each other, right? So without a full rebalance to how weaponry works as well, and like I said, I really think maybe even don't even change like the damage that much on sizes like size 1 through 3. Just change range or something, or maybe even just up tech those guns, which maybe you can do, maybe you can't, right? But it means let's say you have 5 people on that ship. You have the pilot, you have 2 gunners, you have an engineer, and you have a snub pilot. Only the 2 pilots of those 10 people fighting can interact. And with the snub pilot, okay, maybe they can interact if the other snub also does it, right? This is where I shouldn't talk while, and I either remember that thing has no upstrafe at all, even with boost. It's okay. The planet is just a large stationary object. Yeah. And so, like, once again, this is not me saying remove armor. It's not. It's just a criticism that I have of the armor system, is especially on older ships or on like ships that already had kind of poor turrets, it devalues them more. Now, you could argue they already had 0 value, and so you can't be below 0. I would say it's still not the direction we need to move for multi-crew. And once again, in no way am I saying remove armor. That's not what I'm saying. I just think that there can be a better armor system. It might even have to be gamey, right? I'm somebody who wants more systemic answers to the ships, but let's find a different server that might have people for us to fight. But like, I'm all for systemic things like the alpha damage system, but maybe we just say, hey, if your ship is on a size 1 power plant, you can pen up to this. If it's on a size 2 power plant, you can pen up to this as a gamey workaround until Maelstrom shows up, right? Because we know Maelstrom is going to change all this. We know Maelstrom is going to drastically change the durability of ships. Some hopium I have, and this is pure hopium, because I really like his quick time to kill, is that even with how heavy armored like hulls are and stuff for fighters, if I can get a burst that takes off a wing and then that sort of shreds the ship and then the ship is unflyable, I can get a technical kill quickly, right? With how all the leverage and stuff works and things, right? So all right, what do you think of the Guardian MX? This is a good question. So the Guardian MX is a great ship. It is. I hated it at first, and I still don't like it for me. So I fly with twin sticks. Like here, we'll just do another stream crotch shot. Why the hell not? Right. So I have twin sticks. That's how I fly. Okay. And so because of that, I cannot take advantage of gimbals. And the MX is the best gimbal ship in the game. It's got a good turn rate. It's got good strafe and yaw rate too. So it's actually good at keeping it range. And then even though it doesn't really turn well, it has strong gimbals, and you can use that to be quite effective. So it is a really, really good 1v1 ship if you can leverage it. Now, in a group fight, it does suffer unless you have your teammates really covering your ass. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, in the 3v3 of fighters, having one Guardian MX might help, or it might just weigh you down. It's an anchor, so either your team rallies around it and is defensive and is good, or they chase off the other fighters and you can't catch up, and then they're in a 2v3, right? So it suffers in the team fight. Now, compared to the M80, the M80 is like kind of the opposite, where like the M80 is insanely strong in the team fight, not quite as strong in the duel, still good in the duel, but also versus the Guardian, the M80 just loses. Why the M80 is good is it can force a stat check. So I mean, I can even demonstrate this, right? So the M80 forces you to fight as main guns. I know this isn't the ship you want, but this is like a big comparison, right? So it forces you to fight as main guns, and it does have great DPS, and against almost any ship in the game, even other heavy fighters, it has more DPS and you have health than your DPS is for its health. So as long as it forces you into that nose fight, it doesn't let you turn into a turning fight, which it has the speeds to force, it will win. But against the Guardian, it can't do that. The Guardian outrates it, but also massively out-healths it. In the slight advantage in DPS that the M80 has, by having 2 size 5 instead of 4 size 4, is negated. So the Guardian MS is actually a hard counter to the M80 in a duel, but in a team fight, the M80s just have so much more authority in terms of maneuverability, in terms of speed. The Guardians are more actually maneuverable, but the M80s have more speed to dictate when the fight happens and how it goes, right? So the Guardian is very good. I don't like how it flies, me specifically, because it forces you to use gimbals, and gimbals are a mouse pilot's tool. As a HOSAS pilot, as someone who flies with 2.6, I do not like gimbals. They just feel awkward for me, and they reduce my turn rate, and they reduce my DPS, and I don't get the same precision that you get with the mouse, right? I'm already I'll be honest, I'm actually of the opinion that we should get rid of auto gimbals on fighters, like for pilots, Sokium turrets. Get rid of auto gimbling, and that's where you get a little bit of snap to aim assist. Because with a mouse, that's insane, and also that will take some of the viability of the mid-range just aim trade playstyle that a lot of people, including the current shredder arrows, do. Not as viable. But if you want to do manual gimbals, I'm okay with that, which is what the Guardian does. Because also the auto gimbling, the sort of aim assist, sort of magnetizing towards the pip, causes some problems, and that's the whole reason why corkscrewing is so damn good as a defensive strategy, because it makes the pip inaccurate, but it forces you to shoot at the pip. Like, you can't shoot just off the pip. It will magnetize your shots back onto the pip if you're within like 2 or 3 degrees, right? That is true, Catalyst, but that doesn't matter for the current meta. So once again, the Guardian MX is a good ship. Catalyst is right, it does take more energy damage, but no pilot worth their salt will be running an energy build right now. So in PvP at least that matters less. In PvE, ooh, this is an even lower pop server. We might not be able to get any PU fighting. We'll just fly to go check it out. But if we don't want anybody, we might have to go get some fights in Arena Commander. Actually, let's just do that. It'll be more reliable. I think they have already. On one of the US stars griefing that was at own. Oh. Why are they there? First on that 0-4 is such a weird place to be. Yeah, I think that's already a thing, Catalyst. But basically when you get your pip is also when you get your assists. But auto gimbling okay, so I don't want to remove it because it's just because it's an assist. I want to remove it because it can actually be exploited, and that's why certain defensive maneuvers are just like so good. I'm almost certain it is, because you won't get any aim assists shooting long range at all. Like you can test it with like precision mode and stuff against like AI and stuff outside of that range. Basically, the pip is not always accurate, and when it forces you to fire at the pip, even when you're trying to fire just off of it to where the actual accurate thing to hit would be, right? This is going to be really rough in Arena Commander. Okay, we got some players in here. This is actually a decent map for interceptors. And we should change the music up now, because we're going to be for sure in fights. Ooh, we need to set our weapon group right. Look, wow, we killed that turret with two shots of Leonid. Killed that turret. Oh my god. Let's see if we can disable the engines here. That was quick to kill those turrets, man. Who's on me? The power plant killed that guy. That was funny. We one-tapped that wolf. And we shipped all the armor, so now we're applying damage even with our shredders. Oh. Yeah, okay, that missing engine, I'm feeling it. There's the kill. That was kind of fun. Yeah. Now, unless it was super free, that's probably just a skill issue. Let's restart our ship here. So the PvP community is small, and it's only getting smaller, Big Sponge, because they're continuously pushing us away. The amount of high tier pilots that have left the game, with all the changes that have been coming in, is pretty large, right? We even have Avenger 1, who was previously one of the largest PvP YouTubers and stuff, entirely fall out of love with the game and quit YouTube entirely, right? So oh, we have to set our weapon group every time? And so we are losing pilots faster than we are getting new ones because of how the game is going. Yeah, I'm really worried about instancing as well. Oh, we almost hard crashed right there. Splash. We're definitely getting more combat this way. We see our ship now, though. We're blushing a bit. I fully agree, Catalyst. Yeah. Like, what I want, like, I'm not saying that like all guns on a ship need to be viable against all targets and things, but it really does feel like the turrets right now just have zero role in the game when they aren't on a ship that's designed around the turret, like the Hurricane, the Scorpius, the Paladin, right? And like, I think if you're going, like, I think putting more people in multi-queue ship should be a force multiplier. And what Armor has done has really just made already a bad problem worse. Arguably, once again, you could make a pretty good argument that they were already at zero usability, and so making them worse now doesn't matter. I just think it is a failing of the current armor system now that if you did have somehow two fully crewed colonies fighting each other, only the pilots would be able to affect that fight until well deep into it. Yeah, no, I fully agree. Yeah. Yeah. Is that him in missile mode? No, it's you. Nice. I mean, he started before the duel. That's okay. It has to be like a 1 + 1 = 4, if we're being honest. But fighters should have like a hard niche to where they also still are viable. They did it one way in not a very systemic way, in a very shoehorned way with TSGs, right? Where you can't have too big a ship, or else you get hit by the capital laser, so you need like a subcap. But you can't have two. But you can't only have those ships, so you need to do the trench run. What they need to do is figure out that same solution for standard fleet battles, right? If he wants to reset a ship, I'll let him, but otherwise I will turn with him. Oh, we're also not have our fucking weapon groups. There we go. Looks like he's resetting a ship. Yeah, and like that shouldn't just be for combat. That should be for everything. That should be for every game loop. It should be dramatically. It should make more money. It should have an easier time mining. It should have an easier time doing cargo by a dramatic amount to have a multi-crew ship that you are crewing, right? Like, you shouldn't want to solo Ironclad. You should want to get Ironclad with your buddies and all run it together, right? Idiot. Yeah, the Hornet is a pretty hard counter because even with this one loadout, I can't really out damage him there.
But you will never become a man. My frozen torture makes me stronger.
Yes, but not enough, Catalyst. Like, the fact that the best way, like, what it needs to be is not just they needed to do it this way. You don't split the payout if you're on the same ship. You all get the full payout. So you do a cargo mission. If you take multiple ships, you will be splitting the payout. But if you are all crewing the same ship, you all get the full monetary value. And yes, that can be abused with alt accounts and things to farm money, but it needs to be something like that drastic to make it like, yo, guys, let's not just party up and do our own missions independently and just share a bunch of money and results and rep and things. Yeah. Not the way it used to be. They never did it based on ship like that. But like, there needs to be a strong incentive. Like, you could argue it's more efficient, but like, here's the thing: it's even when you're moving a huge amount of cargo, it's not so inconvenient that you really need the crew. The crew makes it faster, makes it probably a bit more fun, but it's not a need or like even like a huge amplifier. I mean, the Hull C, for example. Why would you ever crew a Hull C? Yeah, I couldn't get to the merge with him. And like, with engineering, I was hoping there was more fun things for crew to do on the ship. Because sitting in a turret is only fun when you're in a fight. So there should be other gameplay on that ship for you to do while the pilot is flying. And it should be good, engaging gameplay. Yeah, they fully knew their engineering.
Check fire. Check fire. Check fire. Shields hit. Check fire.
Buzzsaws. Treaders and buzzsaws. It's the meta. This Eggman guy really likes to just focus me here. And I'm overrolling a lot. Come on, Eric.
Check fire. Shields hit. Check fire.
If he's bob rolling, he's not actually effectively corkscrewing there. He's rolling too fast. That's why we can still get hits like that. That was fun. A bit of low fly right there. I don't know if that other guy who was focusing us left. I tried to low fly with blue for a bit, but sometimes it's all I can do to just keep the thing hitting the ground there. I think the server might be dying slightly, or at least the people who are fighting are leaving. Oh, flying the arrow is very fun. Oh, for a second I thought he was going to crash. No! Blue jet! No! Oh. The mechanics should be hard to add in game. Currently has to have like infantry combat. Would it? I don't know. Aside from the fact that it would devalue large ships, I guess, if to run them it genuinely required more players. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of roles that could be done on a ship. There's a lot of games that focus on that. But yeah, it does seem like there's no one else in this lobby here, so let's find a new one. Oh, you were replying to Yandex. I see. All right. Bear is lost. Doesn't look like he's actually even there. Got him. It's a pibble. That's funny. We tapped him with the Leonid. Ooh. Another Hornet. So it's empty. See, so I must have never just hit those guys with the Leonid. That popped in 2 shots, and that looks like a pretty healthy sweeper right there. Did I make everyone leave this lobby? No, okay. So Bear is AFK. I may have made everyone leave this lobby. It is late. Alright, well, we've killed this lobby, and it is late. I didn't get as much footage as I would have wanted, but we got some. And yeah, I wanted to do the video tomorrow and edit it. I might need to play more tomorrow to really solidify my thoughts on the Meteor. I still am really positive. I still think it's a fantastic ship, but the M80 just kind of does what it does. Not quite as well against the large ships, but against any other ship, better. And I don't know. I'm still. It still has a niche. To say it doesn't is incorrect. But if somebody was willing to own the M80 or the Meteor, I would be really hard not to tell them to just get the Meteor. The playstyle is almost identical. It's tankier, so it's a little bit more forgiving. It performs better against fighters like the Hornet. Like the Hornet gets entirely slapped by the M80. Like the Hornet almost never wins against the M80. Whereas you need to hit your leaded shots in the Meteor to have a chance. Otherwise, as we saw there, like I was getting clapped by that egg dude. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm going to be trying to put out more content. Like I said, we're working on a video right now. I'm going to be trying to just be more active than I have been the last 2 weeks. place has been a really hard time for me personally. And just trying to work through it all. So anyways, thank you for coming by and watching, for hanging out, and I'll catch you guys all tomorrow.